everybody, and welcome to Quest, the adventure game podcast. That's right, I stole it from you, Jess, but I'll give it to you one more time. Welcome to Quest.
The
adventure
game
podcast
about
town.
Hello,
hi.
Ben, and hello, special guest.
Hello, special guest.
Hello.
Hi.
Am I allowed to speak?
Speak.
You're in. You're here.
This week, special guest, we have our friend Papaya Chemist, Alice,
Hello.
joining us.
Welcome,
It's me, Papaya Chemist.
in. Yes.
Also, now you know my real name.
Everyone be sure to follow Papaya Chemist over on Twitch. Terrific streamer, plays a lot of adventure games, plays a lot of other stuff as well. You will not regret it. Be sure to make that happen. But we are so lucky to have you joining us today.
I'm lucky to be here.
Now, Alice, I'm really interested. You were at Adventure X, is that correct?
I was. I'm actually wearing the shirt.
There it
maybe
is.
That's why it was on my mind.
Yes. This is the first time I'm wearing the shirt.
Wow.
Yeah. I broke out the shirt just for this podcast.
Thank you.
Now, had you been to Adventure X before, or was that your first time?
This was my second time. I was there 2 years ago,
and
I loved it so much that I wanted to go back.
And for the listeners who may not know, what is Adventure X?
Adventure X is it's a convention, I guess you'd call it, specifically devoted to narrative games or like adventure games, and it's in London.
Mm-hmm.
It's in like different parts of London every time. I think I don't know if there's like if there's like one place that it's in, but both times I was there, it was in two different places.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I was there was in Greenwich,
Mm-hmm.
and then this last time it was in the South Bank area of London.
Cool.
I never get FOMO with conventions and things like that, but I have to admit Adventure X every year triggers some real FOMO for me. Like normally conventions aren't really my scene.
Yeah,
but
same.
It looks so fun and such a good group of people that someday I'm going to have to get to Adventure X. It looks like a blast.
I would highly recommend it. I'm not really a convention person either. Like I've been to a few before, like mostly anime conventions, but like Adventure X is like, I mean, it's our people, right? Like,
yeah,
we are the adventure game community, and like it is just full of the most the warmest, most generous, loving family of people that you could ever hope to hang out with.
I believe you met and got to spend time with previous guest Richard Cobbett. Is that right?
Yes, I hung out with him briefly. I hung out with him a little more extensively 2 years ago. I actually like sat down across a table with him and we just kind of like shot the shit for a while. And he's a lovely man. And I caught up with him briefly this year and just kind of like just like, hey, hi, it's me again. And like, because I had recently played the demo of his game Nighthawks.
Yes.
On stream.
Yeah.
I'd streamed it for Halloween. And so, and then I'd like gone on this, and then I'd like talked to him a bunch on Blue Sky about like, oh, here's what I thought about it, and here's blah 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 blah. I gave all my like my nerdy opinions, and I have a QA background. I've actually worked in video game QA before.
Oh, really?
So I have QA brain forever now, and so like I had all these like thoughts about like, oh, maybe this could be done this way, blah blah blah. But so yeah, I talked about I just gave all my like knee-jerk opinions about what I thought of his demo, and then he responded, and so we talked about that, and then he's like, oh yeah, at Adventure X he said, oh yeah, thank you for playing my game, and thank you for your opinions on it, and yeah. And
as
it was nice.
someone who did QA for games, and like you look at, like, you were able to look at the demo of Nighthawks, and it is it hard to turn that off and
Yes.
enjoy something? Yeah.
Well, I can still, that's the thing, like I can still enjoy games, but once QA, always QA. Like I will always like I just have the QA brain now, and I cannot turn it off. But that doesn't mean I can't still enjoy games.
Yeah. Well, that's why we brought you in to talk about Quest for Glory, a series that's notoriously bug free. Just start to finish, a glitchless series. So,
Yes.
so you wouldn't have to think about it.
But we're not going to talk about
Impeccable.
Quest for Glory just yet. Here's the most important thing: is have you had any interesting meals lately?
Well, so the funny
Or
it's
in
currently
London?
well, it's currently 6. It's like a little bit past 6 p.m. for me right now, and my fiance has a steak dinner planned tonight. So
That's
Oh,
why you were asking
that's what I was
when
asking.
we're done recording.
Because I
can we
know
get
there's
this over
really
with
good
like 20
food waiting.
minutes if
Yeah.
possible? Yeah.
Let's see, but other than that, let's see. I always like hearing about Ben, what you've been cooking,
Oh,
and
okay.
stuff like that. And I
Yeah.
also I enjoy baking myself,
Mhm.
and so like given the holidays, of course, there's always like a cavalcade of like baking and cooking and stuff like that. But I didn't do a whole lot of that this year.
I didn't
Um,
do as much like Christmas cooking as I had wanted
mhm.
to this this holiday, though my boyfriend uh like baked like his mother's recipe of like these cookies with like coconut with a maraschino cherry in the center, and I was just
Ooh.
in my head I was just like, I don't believe I would like this,
Huh.
but I love you, so
Mm.
let's try it out. And he made them, and then like I demolished them.
Nice.
Delicious. Like just not the kind of thing that I would have thought entire like I'm not a coconut hater.
Right.
Um with like my father who like coconut, but my dad is a remarkably picky man. But like I'll I think coconut, it has to be used judiciously.
Yes, I agree.
Mhm,
I
It's
mhm.
don't hate it, but it's got to be in moderation
Jess,
or
are
intentional.
you where are you on coconut? You strike me as someone that doesn't like coconut.
No, actually, I am a coconut man.
You're a coconut
Growing,
man.
I'm a coconut. That's what they've always called me. Just from the time I was a bit. No, like growing up, my birthday cake every year was a white cake my mom would bake with white icing covered completely in coconut, in shaved coconut. So I grew up as a give me all the coconut in the world
Mm.
kind of kid.
My
I'll
mom is
eat,
that person.
yeah, I'll eat a Mounds.
Yeah.
I'll eat an almond joy. I'll eat a
Yeah.
macaroon.
Yep.
Just yeah, give it to me.
Hmm.
Yeah, no. So I'm all about coconut.
Nice.
Um, and I just want to note here that, and this is breaking news. that I got a text from my mom.
Oh, what? Okay,
Just
wait.
now?
Breaking
Okay.
news! I got a text from my mother. And she's like, with a photo of the latest Cooks Illustrated magazine that she received, which she also has gotten me a
Mhm.
subscription to, with check out the creamy orzo with hot Italian sausage. So I gotta like listen, this is breaking news.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, we
gotta
could.
check out in the, let's see, November and December edition of Cooks Illustrated, creamy orzo with hot Italian sausage.
I like that we interrupted this discussion of what Ben has been cooking for a discussion of what Ben might be cooking in the future.
I haven't
This is
made anything particular. The meal I made this week I wasn't particularly happy with.
Aw.
yeah.
And like sometimes, you have to live. It was because you want to know what? This is some bullshit. They didn't have miso at my cool grocery. And my
What?
grocery's cool. They should have miso.
What? Like Kroger has miso.
Yeah.
Come
I was
on.
baffled. I like had started everything, and then I went around the corner. I was like, okay, and I just will get the miso, and they didn't have miso, and I was just like, so I had to figure some shit out. If I had miso, everything would be different.
Mm,
Everything.
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 It'd all be different. But instead, this
Your life would have taken a different turn.
Yeah, we're now in the sliding doors universe where Gwyneth Paltrow did not make it onto the subway or whatever.
If my medium-sized independent city grocery had miso, which honestly it's baffling that they don't have miso. They have everything else like, you know, they have they have both American and Japanese produced Kewpie mayo. You could go, so that means you can get the version with MSG and the version without. You want to get the one with MSG. That's the Japanese.
Of course, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But like for some reason they have two different types of Kewpie mayonnaise, but they don't have miso. What's going on?
What's with these people?
Yeah, they had to kick me out of the grocery store. I just started screaming,
just ranting about it.
The injustice in this world.
This actually, have either of you ever seen someone have a breakdown in and let's not like a sad breakdown, but like a breakdown in like a store of some kind? Because I saw someone have a breakdown in a CompUSA in the 90s.
Not that I can remember.
Yeah, I can't think of a good store breakdown. Like, but you know, I spent a lot of time at Disney World, and it's just people having breakdowns like all around you, like in stereo at any given moment. So, you know,
we're talking adults.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, adults. Yeah, kids are usually pretty happy there. It's a magical place, but adults, ooh.
Yeah, no, they like this woman, like, you know, I think just some piece of technology was not entirely working and they were not going to accept it as a return. And she just raised it up in her hand and just started walking back and forth and just screaming, they won't honor the return policy, just like waving it around. And
wow.
And that's why CompUSA isn't around anymore.
I believe it.
It was the first domino. Their empire collapsed 6 years later.
So, speaking of collapse, what have you been playing? Alice.
Oh, me.
Like, man, yeah, I was like, is it me? Is it?
Not only is it? It's Jess, but now there's not a direction. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's see. What I've been playing. I've been playing Vampire. The Don't Nod. I guess you'd call it an RPG. Maybe kind of RPG. And I've been very excited to play this game because I watched. I don't know if you're familiar with Ikifu.
I am not.
But he's a fellow streamer, and he played Vampire on his stream a while back, and I kind of half watched it because I already knew that I wanted to play it and didn't want to spoil myself. And now the time has come. I'm finally playing it for myself, and he has a bunch of like really funny clips from his time playing the game on his channel, and so now I have context for all those clips, or I will once I get to those parts of the game. But yeah, it's I'm really enjoying it. It's again, my QA brain is active because there's a lot of text problems with that game. Like, Don't Nod is a French studio, right?
Yes.
And I'm assuming that like someone didn't quite localize some of the text in that game properly, because I've been finding some real weird word choices that make it a little difficult to pick like the right dialogue option in some circumstances. But other than that, it's fun. It's got a cool premise. It takes place in the in London during the Spanish flu epidemic. And you play a doctor who has like recently come back from the war, and then he is turned into a vampire for reasons unknown. And then there's this whole like system about how you have to like kind of decide. I think Richard Cobbett actually called it Vampire Facebook. Where like, so everybody in the city there's like a little like character profile, and you can like unlock hints to determine like, oh, here's like learn about their backstories, and then the more you learn about them, the better their blood quality is. And so you can choose, if you so choose, you can suck that person's blood. You can like just eat them basically, and then you get a ton of experience based on what their blood quality is, which is determined by how much you've learned about them, and also whether they're healthy or not. And you can also play the doctor and be like, let me prescribe you this medicine for whatever ailment you have. It sounds very fiddly and weird, but I don't know, it's better than it sounds, maybe? I don't know, I'm probably not describing it very well.
No, that's fascinating. Like,
yeah.
I don't think I realized, I was familiar with this game. I don't think I'd ever connected this was a Don't Nod game. Like, I knew Remember Me, and of course Life is Strange, and some of the stuff they're more known for recently, but somehow it just, I don't think this never popped up as one that I realized was their work, which makes me immediately
kind of
curious.
The radar a little bit.
Yeah. I feel like this is definitely one of those games I own from a bundle somewhere, but don't recall purchasing. I'm almost certain this is sitting in my library somewhere.
Yeah. I think it came out after Life is Strange.
It did.
Yeah.
I'm looking because I had to look it up because this is like, yeah, it rang a bell, but I was like, I'm aware obviously of Life is Strange, and I'm aware of Jusant, and that's about it as far as their games. And then I was like, oh right, they've made other games.
Yeah.
Remember Me is pretty fun.
It is. I jumped in on that early. Like, I actually pre-ordered that game, and I like it a lot, but it did not do so well, which is a shame.
Yeah.
All right, Jess, you're in the hot seat.
Oh man, I'm in the hot seat. It's come to me. Well, what I've been playing is at some level a product of what I've been watching, and now that Amazon's Fallout series is back for season 2, I'm deeply hooked onto it. Have you seen this series, y'all? Is it something y'all have watched? Yeah.
Yeah.
I have not watched it. I should, but I have not.
What do you think, Atlas? Like, what's your take? I really enjoy it personally.
I do too. So it's funny because so my fiance and I have played different Fallout games. I've played 1, 2, and 3, and he's played 3, New Vegas, and 4. So we were watching the first season, and we both like do like the Leonardo DiCaprio, snap fingers, point at the screen thing at different parts of the show.
Yeah.
And we're kind of doing the same thing now in this season, but I haven't played New Vegas yet. It's very New Vegas heavy, and I'm marginally familiar with it, so I kind of like know some of the references, but I'm not as up on New Vegas as I am with some of the other games.
Like the production quality on it is fascinating to me. Like when you see locations recreate, or even like little detail what the curtains in a vault look like.
Yeah.
And part of me was said before this came out, it's like, I don't need this to look one-to-one exactly like the games. I just want it to be a good story with interesting characters. But now that it looks one-to-one like the games, I'm like, I'm so glad everything is just like perfectly recreated. It is.
Yeah,
it is constantly the Leonardo DiCaprio meme. But that got me. I recently replayed last year New Vegas, so I thought maybe I'll jump back into Fallout 3 and give that a try. And the game I've been playing is not Fallout 3. I've been playing Get Fallout 3 Ready to Play, which is a related
I was just about to say, speaking of Q&A,
Q&A.
all Fallout.
Any day now, I'm going to be playing Fallout 3. It's just a matter of time. I'm like several hours into modding this thing out.
I expect to have the similar experience when I play New Vegas.
Yeah, and it's a vanilla plus. I'm not even going for anything fancy. It's just like I want this to work and work smoothly, and even that is a labor. Now, I will say with New Vegas, when I played through that, I used a collection called Viva New Vegas that automated installing something like 106 mods that, again, kind of gave like the vanilla plus experience. It still felt like the original game, but didn't like add a ton of features or anything that would make it, weird or anything like that, which is typically how I want to play a game. I don't want something that adds a whole new vibe. I just want something that makes it play like I remember it playing when I had it on my Xbox 360, only now it's in higher resolution. But so I'm almost about to play Fallout 3, and I can't wait to see how it goes. I loved that game. That's I kind of bounced off of Fallout 1 and 2 when I played them at release. Like, I read amazing reviews. Everyone I knew loved them, and the sort of the RPG engine was a little fiddly for me, and I ended up not spending as much. I love the setting, love the story and everything, but 3 really clicked for me in a big way. I need to go back and replay 1 and 2 now that
they're just kind of rough.
Yeah, they can be. Yeah. But I would like to at least be able to say I've played 1 and 2. I really put in the time on them. But yeah, soon.
I've also played Brotherhood of Steel, not Tactics, but Brotherhood of Steel.
I was also going to ask, have either of you played Tactics?
I have not played Tactics.
I didn't enjoy it. I played it for maybe 20 minutes, and I was like, no, not for me.
Yeah, I streamed a couple of hours of Brotherhood of Steel.
You did. I was there for that.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's not good, you know, but there are worse games on the Xbox and PlayStation 2. I think that's what it was on, right? Original Xbox, maybe.
I put it on PS2. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's worse games. Great review.
Believe it or not, yeah. Well, that's nicer than most people have to say about it. You know, it's there's a lot of hatred out there for Brotherhood of Steel, and I'm here to tell you, it's a solid 5 out of 10. Ben, what have you been playing?
So I've been playing this game. Have either of you heard of Bit and Bops?
Bit and Bops?
Bits and Bops.
No, Bits and Bops.
It came out 1 month ago on December 9th. I'm playing on Steam. I think it's only on Steam, but I could be wrong. It feels like a game that is probably, if it's not on the Switch, it will be. Wow, I just saw lightning. It's January.
I saw that too on your feed.
Yeah. Oh, and you might have heard that.
I didn't hear it, but I did see it.
Man. Anyway. So Bits and Bops is, if you're familiar with the Nintendo, I got to know it on the DS game Rhythm Heaven. It is a Rhythm Heaven 'em up. It is so Rhythm Heaven is a game where you see cute little cartoon scenes of some sort of event, and you have 1 or 2 buttons that you hit to the beat of a little tune that it plays that the cartoon reacts to. So in Rhythm Heaven, it is one I like is there's this one where you're tweezering off beard hairs, and the tweezer is running along horizontally along a man's face, and it's going dink 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 dink, and you have to hit it bing bing bing, and it's great. On Bits and Bops, it's a very similar thing. I haven't gotten too far because I'm someone that likes rhythm games. I'm not good at rhythm games. I just like them.
I love the idea of a rhythm game. Wouldn't they be fun if I could play them?
And so so one of the early ones is you're on a cruise ship trying to take photos of a dolphin jumping up, and that always shows up on the feed. So you have to click, snap, click, snap. It's really neat.
That sounds fun.
I might stream. There's a problem that I have with. There's a lot of games that I love that I'm just bad at.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's most games for me. Yeah, no, this is relatable.
And so
that's okay.
You know, and that's totally fine. But I'm I would like to stream this because it's a game that I think more people should know about. It's a very cute little rhythm game that's fun, but it's also I don't know if there might be more interesting vision to it watching someone who's good at it, and that performance anxiety goes even further to stuff like Civilization, where it's like
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
terrible
Oh, yeah.
at Civilization, and I don't want anyone like me playing Civilization is very private situation.
Yeah.
It's like I
Needs
have
in
20
mind.
plus years of experience on this series. Come in and watch me play Chieftain difficulty and still struggle. Yeah, no, I mean that's my experience. That's why I don't
Right.
stream Civ. Yeah, it's like I don't want people to know how much time I put in to be so mediocre and not understand basic mechanics of the game yet. I think I ask you a bits and bops question.
Yeah.
How long are the mini games? Are we talking like WarioWare, or are they
That's
a
what I
little
was
longer
thinking,
than
yeah.
that?
They're like, I would say, like, I don't know, 2 minutes.
Okay, so a little longer than the average like
Yeah, so
WarioWare.
it's
Yeah.
not like a WarioWare, like because that's what, like 4 seconds, 4 or 5.
They're short. Yeah, I mean,
Mini
insanely
games.
short. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the length of a song, I would assume.
Yeah, it's the length,
Yeah.
exactly.
Ish.
The length
Yeah.
of the song. Yeah.
One
So,
song long.
I love WarioWare. Are you where are you two on WarioWare?
I've never played it.
I have very limited experience with WarioWare. Like less than probably an hour across the entire franchise. I don't like Wario. I don't like how he is an affront to Mario.
How do you feel about Waluigi?
I love Waluigi. I can't get enough of that guy because I hate Luigi. You see, that's the thing. I
Oh,
love
what?
Mario, which makes me hate Wario, but I hate Luigi, which makes me adore Waluigi.
We can't be friends anymore.
So
I bring big Luigi energy, so I can't be too critical.
So no emails this week, but before we get to discussing Quest for Glory 3 Wages of War, let's do a little Price is Right here. Which I don't have a tune for. Here's a I'm so tempted to on archive.org, and I even like posted this the other day. Grayson found me, somebody posted like 1979 recording of all music cues from Price is Right, and it's like every single like kind of lounge music variation of the Price is Right theme that they play on Price is Right, or at least the in the early Bob Barker era. I'm sure they don't use these anymore. And so it's like ones where it's like it's a little more jazzy, or one where it's a little more, trombone focused, or one where like, and so I want to play those, but I'm worried that John Law is going to come. So just, to take a more fun version of the Price is Right theme, because the basic Price is Right theme, we're all tired of. We've all heard it too much.
Yeah. Too many times.
But one of the fun jazzy variations. So that's playing right now. So I have right here. This is Sierra Quest for Glory 3 : Wages of War - 3 1/4 and 5 or 3 1/2 and 5 1/4.
Okay.
MS DOS pre-owned PC. So and I'm looking at the thing here. It looks like we've got all the manuals, we've got all the discs. The Sierra discs have that like kind of weathering on the white labels that
Okay.
the older ones, we've all seen that. But it looks like we've got a box. It does look like it's been sat on. And but we have the classic Sierra game manual, your basic. Then we have the famous Explorers Correspondence course, the Quest for Glory 3 technical manual. So this is probably how to make a boot disc. All right.
So we're talking complete and smushed box.
Complete and smushed box.
SB.
Professionally smushed.
Yeah.
Professionally smushed.
Erotically smushed.
So the nice thing about this Price is Right is actually that we can actually have a little bit of a bidding here. Price is Right rules closest without going over.
Ooh. Okay.
So I've got a value, and it is we have and it does have cents as well.
Okay.
It's not just a round dollar.
Okay.
God, all right.
How much for smushed, but with manuals and 2 different types of floppies.
Alice, would you like to guess first or second? I'll give you the choice as our guest.
Well, I am trash at Price is Right, so I may as well get mine out of the way first.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with $333.33.
All right. 333.333.
Yes.
Okay, Jess.
Because it's Quest for Glory 3.
Okay. For the purpose of the game, I'm going to say $1. But I want to put in my actual guess.
Don't give me a $1. Give me something.
$64.99.
All right, let's see. Judges, you're both over.
Whoa! What's the price?
You're both over, so we're going back to Alice. Alice, give me. So it's lower. How much did you say? Was it 60?
$64.99 was my guess.
$64.99. So under $64.99.
Okay. All right. Let's not do a joke answer this time. Under $64.99 for a smushed copy of Quest for Glory 3, complete in box, presumably.
Yeah, there might have been other stuff. I'm not cross-referencing, but we have I'm excited to see this famous Explorers correspondence course.
I didn't realize it was Famous Explorers in QFG3.
Oh, that's right, it is. It's not Famous Adventurers.
Yeah, I think.
Because it's after.
Yeah,
Fricana.
Fricana.
Yeah. $28.74.
$28.74, and I'm writing this down. I'm putting it in our little chat.
Nice.
Okay. All right, Jess.
$34.99.
Okay. We have a winner.
Oh.
The price on this condition acceptable is $59.95.
Whoa!
Hey, you were close your first time.
Yeah, you were just over.
There you go.
So we'll do that. That's right. Today we are going into Eastern Fricana. We're talking about Quest for Glory 3: Wages of War.
The game that wasn't supposed to exist.
Yeah.
It's another sliding doors situation.
I was in preparation for this. I was rereading the digital antiquarian who he spoke with Corey a little bit about the production of Quest for Glory 3. And so it reminded me of a couple things which I'll pepper in, but I'm just citing my source now.
Yes. I'm curious. Ben and I are both on record as huge Quest for Glory fans. Alice, can you tell us a little bit about your experience with this series?
I am also a huge Quest for Glory fan, which is one reason why I wanted to talk about this game. I basically I'm sure like you, I grew up on Sierra games, and Quest for Glory was just like one of my favorites. Like that was the one that really like stuck in my mind, and like I frequently say that it kind of became a formative. It became like a formative part of my personality. Or that's not what I say. Well, whatever. It's close enough. It was very important to me during my growing up years, and I played the games over and over and over and over again, and they're one of those series that I can like keep playing, and every time, and I will still learn stuff about the games that I didn't know before. So yeah, they're very dear to me. They will always have a special place in my heart.
What class do you usually play as?
Magic user.
Magic user.
Right.
So
wizard.
3 is perfectly good for that one. I usually play as a thief.
Yes.
Ooh, too bad.
And yeah, 3's not so friendly to thieves.
Yeah, that's And Jess, you're usually a magic user /
It depends. I go back and forth between thief and magic user. I've never really spent much time playing a fighter. I've never successfully made it to paladin
Oh, you
in a
haven't?
Quest for Glory game. No, I just every time I get ready to play, I'm just like I don't want to be a fighter. And I think when I have gone through a Quest for Glory 2 play as a fighter, somehow I managed not to get paladin anyway. So it's like, wow, I'm never doing this again.
Did you know it is actually possible in Quest for Glory 2 to become a paladin as a magic user?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh.
How would one endeavor to do that? Is it
basically it's just the same way you do it as a fighter, just do all the honorable stuff and don't do anything dishonorable.
That's my problem.
Yeah. if you're playing as a thief, then yeah. If you're playing as a thief, then you screwed yourself out of paladinhood. So
yeah.
Which is a valid, path.
Like in the paladin gets so much gets a really interesting quest line in Shadows of Darkness.
Yeah.
So, yes,
he has a fun one here too with the honorless thief, right? Like the thief that you catch in the marketplace that you're not supposed to have pity on. Like that's kind of a nice little paladin moment as well. Yeah. Every class gets its moment in Quest for Glory 3 except thief.
Well, thief does. It's just not as good.
You walk the tightrope, and you can break into the hut in the Simbani village, and like there's a couple little sneaky things that you do, but it's not quite as you don't have you don't have a house that you can break into and get goodies.
You just can't terrorize little old ladies or anything like that. Like a proper Quest for Glory game.
Where so for both of you, where do you put Quest for Glory 3? Because it's a little, I would say it's mildly maligned. Mildly.
Yes. And I actually re-listened to your Quest for Glory 1 and 2 episodes in preparation for this. And Jess said in the Quest for Glory 2 episode that 3 is better than people say it is.
Yeah.
Which I agree with. I think for a long time it was my favorite one of the series. I think more recently I would probably put 1 or 2 above it still. But 3 is like, and I can never decide whether I like 1 or 2 better.
Same.
Yeah. But I think 3 is at the very least a solid like second or third place.
So one of the Jess, as you were saying, this was originally not supposed to, Shadows of Darkness was supposed to go here, and which you can see at the end of 2.
Yeah.
Like they say, next game, Shadows of Darkness, and then they didn't. The Coles felt that the hero wasn't quite ready for that type of story yet. So
to go from this triumphant, you've just become a prince of Shapir straight into now you're in the midst of all this evil, demonic, vampire-y kind of stuff, right?
Eldritch horror.
Yeah.
And so they start working on 3, and 3 was largely as a design. And this is me getting into the Jimmy, is 3 was largely Lori over Corey, because Corey was working on I think it was like trying to make the SEI engine work on like the Sega CD or something, or the Genesis.
Really?
Yeah, it was some sort of weird port project. Yeah.
That didn't happen, obviously, but he was.
He came in sort of toward the end of the project, right? Is that came back to Quest for Glory 3? Yeah.
Though, so this is mostly a Lori joint. With Corey, kind of like mostly off on the side, and he was more kind of puzzles, and Lori was more of the story, and I think that's very kind of represented in this game, right?
Yeah,
super
that would make
narrative.
sense. Yeah,
Actually,
maybe that's why I like it so much.
It has a very rich narrative
It
and
does, yeah.
and story. And so what is the story of Quest for Glory 3?
It's been long enough since I have played it that I cannot bring it immediately to mind. Let's see. Okay, so you start out, you've just, like you said, you've just been made prince, and then Rakish's wife, Krisha, contacts someone. Him? You? No, him. No. Who does she? Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
She basically says that, like, oh yeah, okay, I'm bringing the
Via what's her name from
Aziza.
To Aziza.
That's right. Okay, I'm bringing the intro sequence back to mind now.
Yeah.
I'm recalling the imagery. Right. So it turns out
I recall that imagery.
Yes, that when you defeated Adavis at the end of 2, his death caused like this massive release of energy. And apparently, I guess this caused like there was like a threat of demons showing up in Tarna.
Demon leakage, often big problem.
Classic demon leakage.
That's your classic demon leakage right there.
Yeah,
you gotta get that plugged up as soon as possible.
That's right.
And that's what you need a hero to do that. So yeah, that I think, and then so Krisha was like, okay, so now we need someone to help deal with this demon leakage. And then you as the hero are the one who goes to do that.
Yeah, and the game takes place in kind of a like African pastiche of like the Simbani speak, which is like
Swahili.
They like Swahili, and the Lion Tars like live in this like big grand city. There's all
very Egypt coded.
Yeah.
Yes. And then the leopard men are in a more jungle part of the, I guess the Simbani are on the savannah, right? And then you move into more of a rainforest type area where the leopard men are hanging out. But yeah, you basically find yourself in the midst of these 3 factions that are on the brink of war with one another.
Right, that's the other thing. It's not just demons. There's also possible war between the Simbani and the leopard men.
And yeah, as a hero, it is up to you to stop the war.
Right.
And yeah, it's kind of a like it's a little bit more of a complicated, certainly a more complicated story than the previous 2. Which are like the first game is there's a witch. And and
brigands.
And brigands.
Yes.
And the second game is there's
a wizard.
Yeah, there's a wizard. And eventually it becomes Casablanca.
Makes sense to me. Sounds like a video game.
So one of the things I remember when I was a kid playing Quest for Glory 3, and I remember being so excited by fighting a T-Rex for the first time. I thought that was the coolest thing.
Yeah.
A big upgrade over just a regular Saurus or a Pterosaurus.
Or like a goblin. Like I just being able to beat up a T-Rex in Quest for Glory 3 when I was single digit, probably maybe 10.
Wow.
Like I thought that was the coolest thing, because especially because the first couple times they ate my lunch and
and your face.
Yeah.
Now I'm curious, Ben. I think I know this answer for you, but I'm curious, Alice. Did you play these games in order when you were younger, or were you okay? And does that mean you started out with Quest for Glory 1 EGA? Or?
Yes, I did. Yep.
Okay, so you
EGA
probably
for
had
life.
Okay, yeah. So you probably had a similar experience to me. Was this your first point and click Quest for Glory then?
Yes.
Okay. What did you think about that transition over to, like, do you feel like it works well for Quest for Glory?
I think it does. I think Quest for Glory does pretty well with point and click. in hindsight, Quest for Glory 3's combat system is probably my least favorite.
Mm-hmm.
But I think at the time, like I was feeling it. I was all over that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was me. I feel I still prefer the parser from Quest for Glory 1
Yeah.
and 2, but
I think
I
I
feel
do
like
too.
considering how complicated these games are, the fact that they were able to cram all of those elements that wouldn't be in most Sierra games into the standard SCI one
Right.
interface is pretty impressive. Like having a magic interface and
Yeah,
having
yeah.
like character sheet and your ability to rest and all these other sorts of bits. You don't have to worry about in King's Quest 5 or Space Quest 4.
Yeah, I never thought of that. Yeah, like that's now that you mention it, yeah, that is very impressive that they actually managed
Yeah.
to do all
And,
that.
and with fewer icons than Gabriel Knight 1.
One
Oh,
one
Gabriel Knight
thing
1.
that makes me really laugh about Quest for Glory 3 is the uh the communication stat, which
Yes.
I don't know, and maybe someone can correct me. I don't know if it makes a like a big gameplay difference as much, maybe in like haggling, which
Mhm.
Yeah, I think
but
it's mainly haggling.
but it is really funny because if you have bad communication, some characters will just remark upon it and just say
Right.
like, I
Mostly
agree
Raja.
with you, even though you didn't say it well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it
Like, they
it
you gotta be a jerk
really
about it.
makes me laugh.
Yeah, come on.
Like the communication stat is very like amusing to me.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the transition? This is the only Quest for Glory. Well, not entirely. Of this game has the big overhead map as opposed to in
Mm.
1, 2, and 4 a bunch of wilderness
Interconnected screens, yeah.
screens. It is you're kind of Indiana Jonesing around, leaving a red dot behind you on a massive map. How do you feel about this change? Because I know some people despise this.
Really? I think it's fine. I like it. Um, it I guess it I guess this is something I never really thought about in comparison to the other games, but, like, yeah, like, it's very different. It does make it easier to, like, know where you're going, for
Yes.
one thing, like, here's this big, landmark on the map, I'm gonna go there. There we go, easy. So I guess maybe that is that why people hate it? Why do people hate
I
it?
think when I've read people have complaints with it, it's largely because if you don't, and all three of us have played this like 500 times, so we know exactly where everything is. Like
Mm,
I know where the bees are, I know where like, and so if you're playing it for the first time, some of the stuff is a little more like kind of obvious on the map, but
Mhm.
some of it
right.
isn't, and you just kind of have to stumble upon it. And
Okay, that's
And you're
fair, I
burning
guess.
rations and stuff like
Yeah.
that as you're going, I guess. But, I think for me as a kid, and, just sort of experience it the way a kid would, to me, this just felt like a massive opening up of this series. It's like Quest for
Mhm.
Glory 1 felt relatively small, Quest for Glory 2 felt significantly bigger, and now just this idea that like I'm traversing across this large landmass. And
Yeah.
it like to me, it just felt like it's like, oh, his adventures are really scaling up. Like the way you imagine like the old I think of like the old Dungeons and Dragons box sets from the 80s. It's like here's the one that's like levels 1 through 5, and then by the cover art of like the fourth or fifth one, now you're thinking about building your keep and getting henchmen and things like that. I think that's how it felt for me. It's like, okay, now the heroes like these are bigger stakes,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah, this map reflects the fact that this is a bigger adventure now.
Hmm.
As a kid, I mean, I think now it's just like, yeah, it's probably a good way. From what I understand, Sierra didn't anticipate how much the cost of doing 256 color higher resolution art would inflate their budgets and some things. I suspect also it helps save the money of having to draw a whole bunch of interconnected scenes and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, and there is like the close in screen that you get when you are
That's right.
like in one, but
Yeah.
like it's all pretty like they're not the individually created screens like they are in Quest for
Mhm.
Glory 1, 2, and 4. It's like here's your generic Savannah screen, here's your generic jungle screen, and then we're just gonna stick like Savannah elements and jungle elements on the screen
Yeah.
at random, which probably saved costs.
Yeah, I think also the big like scale allowed them to have it's like if you're stringing all of that along like together, it would be a little more difficult to have all of a lot of Savannah and
Yeah.
then a ton of jungle.
Yeah. Otherwise, or you're gonna have the thing like where the Lost City is like 6 Skyreens from Tarna, which isn't going to be great either.
Yeah, like because the Lost City is that like if it's not that far, then it's not. It's like, well, why didn't they find that? Yeah, why didn't they find?
Yeah,
that
it's just
city?
right over there. I believe that was the original working title of the game, wasn't it? Wasn't it Quest for Glory 3: The Lost City? Am I imagining that? That sounds like something I might be imagining.
I think so, only because I think I've seen other Sierra.
Oh, it's
games
in like one of the
referred to
About
it.
Sierra that like they plug it somewhere.
Yeah,
as
they
that
plug it in
game.
another game coming soon.
Yeah.
Quest for Glory 3.
Which game?
I don't.
Can't remember now.
Oh,
So
man.
you know what? Jess and I have
this way,
psyched ourselves into believing that something that like exists that doesn't exist, but before, so it's possible that this isn't true. But
let me put it this way: when you search for Quest for Glory 3: The Lost City, there aren't results. Which is not a good sign.
Okay.
Let's see here. Now Seekers of the Lost City. Seekers of the Lost City.
Oh, okay, that does ring a bell.
Yeah, okay. A reference to this title can be found in the About pages of Shadows of Darkness.
Oh, that's right. It's so
that
confusing.
Is right.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Shadows of Darkness, the 4th game that came out after the 3rd game, as is tradition, is refers to the game that has a title that we know about as Seekers of the Lost City, which is confusing. But
that
maybe
is weird.
Maybe it's like an Abbey Road Let It Be thing, and like one was like created but released then out of order. Maybe that's just the part of the puzzle we haven't figured out yet. Maybe Quest for Glory 4 was made first, and we just don't know. That's why it was so buggy.
Yeah, it was like placeholder text, and they never fixed it before releasing that.
According
whatever it was
to according to the Quest for Glory fandom page, like the wiki, which I'm sure is always good. It says it is a proposed subtitle for re-releases.
Huh.
Because they thought Wages of War might be
so here we go.
Trademark issue.
Just
the
like
Lost City seems misleading though.
Yeah. So here, just like Hero Quest, so you want to be a hero. Quest for Glory 3: Wages of War had a similar problem with copyright issues after the game was released.
Oh, of course.
Said this is from fandom. Though, given that the Coles are like talk to people all the time and stream, like I'm just going to assume that somebody asked them this on a stream or something.
Yeah.
Sierra Online and the Coles originally showed the game at a gaming convention. At the time, another company claimed the trademark on the subtitle and told Sierra they had to change the title. The general manager decided to drag his feet a little on the grounds of that Quest for Glory 3 would no longer be in stores by the time they had to change the title.
Checks out.
Yeah, it's a good strategy.
So that maybe that's why it's referred to.
And I guess by the time the anthology came out, they just didn't care anymore because, as far as I know, it's still referred to as Wages of War everywhere in the anthology.
Yeah, the person that came up to the Coles threatening legal action mysteriously disappeared.
I don't want to suggest there's a conspiracy here.
In the basement.
Yes, in the Redwood building in Oakhurst. If you, just a lot of people buried under that parking lot.
Slice open the talking bear.
Oh God!
A bunch of bodies will fall out.
Falls out.
What is this? Dagger Ham and Raw?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, okay.
We're right down talking bear stuffed with dead bodies murder mystery is a possible idea for a future game to create. Just I'll be back in a minute.
One of my favorite things about Quest for Glory 3 is that, and it's hard for me to say that it has my favorite Quest for Glory soundtrack because it doesn't.
Right.
Because all of them are really good. But it does have a remarkably good score. I played I have a couple other tunes prepared. So here's one that I really like. This is when you meet the captured leopard man.
Yes.
Ooh, yes. Yes. This song slaps.
Right?
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah. I feel like you could drop this into Gabriel Knight.
Yeah.
It is very Gabriel Knighty. It also
plays the bells.
Shadows of Darkness has a lot of synth guitar.
Yeah.
It's a lot of synth guitar in Shadows of Darkness. Like this. And so like, this is a little preview of all the cool synth guitar that you're about to get just one game later.
Yes.
And also, like, this music to me makes it so, for context, if you don't recall or if you haven't played this, you're looking at this captive leopard man, which is that's both literally and figuratively a sexy furry man.
In this game?
Yeah.
He's just like this ripped, cheetah man. Or leopard man. Actually, I'm just referring, of course, to the beautiful cheetah man.
The leopard's just a slow cheetah. just zoologically. Yeah.
And it's like a very dramatic scene. You're looking, it's this close up, he's in this cage. The leopard man, who you haven't met up to this point. I believe that this is the first leopard person that you meet.
Yeah, I think
so. And they're viewed by absolute suspicion by all the members of this village that had captured them because they're magic users, and this village does not use magic at all. And so, I remember, it's cool, but it's also kind of sinister and scary. Who's this? Sexy furry man that's in a cage.
and the music really supports that. I mean, sexy scary is the vibe I'm getting there.
Can I also say, in that same scene, you get a really good close-up view of the hero.
Yes.
And he looks really good in that one shot. So you got two sexy men.
Yeah.
Staring at each other.
Through a cage. And one of my other little favorite tunes is this tune when you're first, after they capture a thief who is made a robbery at the bazaar. You go into the throne of power in Tarna.
Ooh, yes.
And you're speaking with the deeply insecure monarch of Tarna, who he's Rakish's brother, and he is condescending to both you and Rakish, and deeply like he's like angry and regal, and he's also surrounded and like flanked by these sexy lion cars, I believe, that are all just kind of like splayed with him,
draped all over the throne and stuff.
Draped on him. And
that was a really good piece of art there in that scene as well.
It's another close-up.
Yeah.
This game has very good dramatic music for close-ups.
Yes.
Now that I think about it.
Yeah. Very cinematic.
Yeah. And what I like about like this music and the previous piece with the Leopard Man is that they really like they help elevate the scene because it really communicates like your situation.
Mm-hmm.
Like this kind of regal character who's also kind of a dick.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's a little shit.
So, and then also the in theme, but I didn't rip that one, so you're not going to get to hear it. But
could you hum a little bit of it?
Doot doot. Oh, that's not a hum, but
yeah, it's more of a doot. It's pretty good. That's pretty good. You can tell Ben has the MT32 patch installed.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that was just one voice.
I'm layering.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So are there any other music pieces that jump to mind for either of you, or like the art, which is really striking in this game because this was the first 256 color game that they did. Well, of course, following Quest for Glory 1 VGA, which had the perfect melted clay faces.
Yes, of course. Yeah, I mean, one that I always enjoyed was the Apothecary music.
Oh yeah.
Again, I just kind of found the Apothecary charming in general. Yeah. Like I thought that like the stoner deadhead Apothecary was a fun concept for this game. And it's something that like was always one of my favorite parts of these Quest for Glory games is coming to the new city and just like seeing who my new merchant friends were going to be. You know, like sometimes you get a piece of media that you feel like is so narrow casted to your interests and things like that it just had to be made entirely for you. When I walked through Tarna for the first time and encountered Sanford and Son as the junk merchant sellers. As a kid who like religiously watched reruns of Sanford and Son on TBS, I was just like, I have to be the only person enjoying this right now, but I am enjoying it so much. Like this is this game is made for me. And they get the like Sanford and Son theme too, don't they? Yeah, let's see here.
Yeah.
I don't know Sanford and Son, so I couldn't tell you.
Neither do I. Yeah. I didn't get the joke.
No, it's not quite the Sanford and Son theme. I was just listening to a second of it there, but it is good. I mean, all of it's just a game full of. I mean, it's a series full of great music. I think that Ben. I think we talked about this before when we've talked about the Quest for Glory series. It really does just maintain, I feel like, such a high level of quality relative to a lot of Sierra's other series that maybe had off games here and there. I'm not quite a Quest for Glory 5 believer yet, but I've only played through it once. I need to give it another playthrough at some point.
Yeah, I need to play through. I played it twice, and I should play it again. It's not my favorite
die in my playthrough, and I still feel guilty about it.
Yeah, how could you do that? You monster.
I know. It felt like it was him or me in the moment, and I had such a destiny in front of me. You know, just
his
like
life is over already. He's old. You know.
A lot of gray hairs in the mane.
Yeah.
You know, he'd lived his life.
Yeah, he's done his time.
I was hoping he'd drop his flaming sword since I wasn't a paladin. I was like, I will take that, thank you. But it didn't work out. I was planning on looting him as soon as he was down. But oh well.
One of the other really beautiful scenes is like the big mystical tree.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. That's like one of my favorite parts of the game.
It's a really, it also kind of feels very kind of that era of early 90s. Like it's this very like kind of like environmentalist, like
Yeah, new
early
age.
90s, like Fern
Yeah.
Gully kind of
Yeah, drop
vibe.
that into an EcoQuest game.
Yeah, I was into that kind of thing back
Yeah,
then. So
yeah.
You loved the rainforest store at the mall.
Back then, I loved
that
the
kind of thing. Yeah.
environment.
I mean, yeah, these
I can't
days.
get enough of it. Now it's terrible, though. I hate it. It's gotten so much worse.
I remember also when I was a kid playing for the first time the sequence where you have the bizarre trip,
Mhm.
and
I was
you
going to mention the
do
temple. Yeah, that's one of my
Yeah.
favorite.
go ahead,
visual-
Alex.
Oh yeah, yeah. The temple of Sekhmet is like one of my probably one of the better like just visual presentations in that
It
game. Like one of many.
Yeah, it does like this pixel cycle kind of psychedelic
Mhm.
thing, and you get like a Ultima 4
Yeah.
series of
Yeah. Choose your virtues kind of thing. Like choose what you were.
To this
choose
day,
what
I
you
have no
shall
idea
become.
what effect that actually has on gameplay, but I still really like it.
I do too.
I wanted to discuss this, which is to say, does that actually change anything?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Or
I
is
don't
it
know.
just cool?
I think. Oh, actually, so I think there is a way to fail the test. Like if you like, there's like 5 answers to every question, and like one of them is obviously the wrong one.
Mhm.
And if you, because the reason you do the Sekhmet trial in the first place is to get like a quest item for some other thing. Um, and so obviously, if you answer all the wrong questions, they kick you out, and you don't get that item. But if I recall correctly, you can always just go back and do it again.
Ah.
So it's just kind of like
Like
here's
most
a
prophecies, you just have to try until you get it right.
yeah.
We
But
were
like it doesn't matter which one you pick. Like as long as you pick something that's like vaguely correct
Yeah.
and not the obviously wrong answer, you'll I think you still pass.
on my stream this week. We were discussing like the funny adventure game thing where it's like you go up to someone and like they're like we you have, in order to come in here you have to have an ID, and this is exactly what you need to have an ID, but you don't have one, so you're not allowed in. And then you walk back and you have an incomplete ID, and the person looks at it and goes, that's not an ID. That doesn't have all the correct parts. And this isn't you. That's not your name. And it doesn't have your photo. So this is obviously not you. And then so you walk away and like have someone take your photo and glue it in, hand it to him and go, right this way, sir.
Yeah.
And so, it's like that with prophecies that you get from drinking
The apothecary's bong water.
yeah.
Well, that's a different. That's a death.
Yeah.
That's a really cool death. You can.
Oh
you
yeah,
can-
when you
can-
smoke his hookah.
Yeah, you can just get one of the deaths is you just get too high and have a cool rest of your life.
Yeah.
Doesn't it have like a "Don't do drugs, kids" like death message attached to that too? Oh, it's been so long since I've gone through that death. I think it does have like kids. This is all fun and games, but this is something to take seriously.
I don't remember what exactly it says in that death message.
Or maybe I'm confusing it with like the passionate Patty smoking weed and floating up into the air over a chasm and then falling to her death.
Well, Quest for Glory 3 does have Smokey the elephant.
That's right.
That's true.
Which isn't technically a death.
Well, how do you get Smokey the elephant?
If you are out in the savannah and you light a campfire and then you leave without putting your campfire out, you get a fake death message that basically says something like, "Oh, you burned down the savannah," or something like that.
The random encounters in this one are so fun.
Yes.
Like that. I mean, of course, the awful waffle walker.
Yes.
Like,
I was going to
thought I
mention
was
that for like my
having
favorite music piece in the game.
yes, I thought I was having a fever dream as a kid, which is
Yeah.
always how I felt when I accidentally found an Easter egg in games as
Yes.
a kid. It's like first time I saw the Batmobile in King's Quest 2, I was like, did that really happen? You
Yeah.
know, did I just imagine
Am I
that?
hallucinating this?
Yeah, same
Yeah.
thing with the Awful Waffle Walker. There's an Aardvark, right? Like
Yes,
two,
there's
isn't it?
Arnie.
Yeah.
Arnie
There's
Saknussemm.
yeah, there's Arnie,
There's a
which
rhino.
Arnie is like it's one of those kind of references that unfortunately has gotten bad, like because I believe that he's a reference to the indie comic Cerebus,
Yeah.
which if you're
That makes sense.
yeah, and if you're familiar, like at that point
I never read it.
in 1992 when this came out, it was just kind of this cool like indie comic, and it was
Yeah.
before the creator of it like just lost his mind, and the last couple books of the Cerebus like comic are just like anti-feminist screeds. But at that time he was
That
just
is
like
very reflective of aardvark culture, though. You know,
it happens to aardvarks. It's just what happens.
It's what they do.
And it's awful. It was awful then, it's awful now. But aardvarks, get it straight. You know, come on.
And it has a very light Arana garden because like since the story wasn't kind of planned out, like it's like she visited here, right? Like there's not like a big story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because obviously she gets so much more in the next game. So it's just kind of like, yeah, here's this place. It's kind of nice. You can sleep here for
It's not my best work.
Yeah.
When I played this, and this is the same how I loved Quest for Glory 1 when I played it as a kid. What I liked about Quest for Glory 3 a lot when I was a kid was I liked it as a place.
Yes. Yeah, same.
And so like the way that I played Quest for Glory 3 as like, you know, whenever I played it in 1993 or 4, was I would just kind of wander around the savannah and fight monsters and then just go back to Tarna and talk to everybody until I ran out of dialogue options. Like that was pretty much like go back to the Simbani village, talk to everybody there, like, and then just power level the hero all the way up to, you know, max everything, because I was just like, I'm not really like, I'm just having fun.
Yeah.
The thing about 3 is that like if you do that, you have a pretty good chance of finding new dialogue options that you haven't seen before, because like some of the characters will say different things on different days, or like so you'll meet different characters at night that you won't see during the day. So like there's kind of a good reason to like exist in the world like that.
I didn't know that, or maybe I knew that as a kid, but I don't know that now because I haven't played it like that since then. One of the things that really drove me nuts as a kid was I so desperately wanted to see. So the thing in Tarna is that there are Linotaur sections of the city that only they can go into.
Yeah.
And like you get this overview view of the city when you enter it. And so I was always like trying to be like, all right, well, what are the parts that he can't go into?
I wonder if that could have been cut thief content or something. You know, like because it feels surely the lack of thief stuff wasn't a choice. I'm guessing this had to be just like we ran out of time, budget, etc. And the thief part was undercooked. I can't imagine they would choose after working so hard to balance out the content for the classes in previous games, which makes me wonder if maybe some things like that could have been thief content if the thief would have needed to sneak into that. Also, fan game creators. There's your fan game idea.
Yes.
A side quest for the hero in the Liontar district of Tarna.
Do not get caught.
Do not get caught. Or maybe there's a wacky Liontar costume.
Oh,
a Liontar fur mustache that the hero uses to sneak into.
What you need to do is you need to go in there with Harami, the honorless thief, and both
Yeah.
of you need to be in the Lion Tour costume.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. There you go.
'Cause this is
Okay.
a 2-person job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Classic. Yeah. It's a heist. It's
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know what we're heisting,
And
but we're heisting.
You have to argue over who gets to, or who has to, or who gets to be the back end.
Yeah. So I think maybe the last thing that kind of comes to mind is for me with Quest for Glory 3 when I think about it is the very dramatic ending. And I remember
Ooh,
being
yeah.
scared
Yeah,
watching
me
this
too.
as a kid when you finally have successfully seeked the lost city and you sneak by these big monsters and you end up in this room
You seeked
with
and
a
you sneaked.
whole bunch of mirrors, and you see and everybody who walks up to the mirrors, all of your friends that you've amassed during your adventure walk up to a mirror and you see the evil version of yourself in them, and they have like red eyes and extra evil powers, and so
Raggedy
you have
clothes
to
and yeah.
do a fight. And this was the first time I had ever seen, and I know that a bunch of RPGs have done this, like even before Quest for Glory 3. I think it's like in Phantasy Star 1 even. The fight that you're not supposed to win.
Yeah. Yeah. Even when I know what's happening, that fight stresses me out every time.
Like you're fighting an evil version of yourself, and it is impossible
Yes.
to win, and
just like real life.
And I remember the absolute thrill, spoilers on a old game, the absolute thrill of when Harami like shows up behind your evil version and stabs him. Like,
yes.
And that also, it was so cool to me as a kid because I was like, another character can show up in the fight screen?
Yes.
That's breaking
Where have
the
all my friends
rules.
been this whole time?
There's only just 2 of us.
Yeah.
In this nebulous dark void that we're in.
Yeah, that's right. The dark place where I go to fight people.
Yeah. The fight zone.
The fight zone. Welcome to the fight zone.
Yeah, I mean, that moment in the end has always stuck with me, especially because like playing it as a kid, I was just like, what?
Yeah.
No, what's happening? Like, because at first I was terrified.
Yeah.
And then the end is so abrupt. Like after the last 2 games end with like big celebrations where everyone's gathered together to honor all of your heroic actions. You just get like you're there sort of having your moment of victory and then just get like creepy teleported away. And it has that just very abrupt ending in Quest for Glory 3 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're with all your friends and they're like, congratulations, you did it. And then you turn green and fall like
Yeah.
You dance like that guy at the park in Police Quest 3 for a minute, then you vanish. Yeah.
So in my story from that was like that really like upset me as a kid, like and it ends on like this cliffhanger of it's like now you're going to see him in Shadows of Darkness. And I remember I was like, oh my God, what? And all right, so this will date when I played it, which was then we got an issue of Computer Gaming World not too long after that. In my memory, it's the next day, but I'm probably, mashing it together for convenience sake. Opening up the Computer Gaming World, and there was an advertisement for coming soon. Quest for Glory 4 Shadows of Darkness coming this fall. I'm like running to my brother and being like, it's coming soon.
Was it the Baba Yaga advertisement? I feel like that's the one that I remember seeing the most is like her, I guess, concept art or original portrait. I think sometimes it would have the tagline Immortal Combat attached to it. They really wanted to play up the idea of the side view of the combat. And I remember like seeing those ads too for Quest for Glory 4. And we'll talk about Quest for Glory 4 eventually, of course. But I remember seeing those and like the side views of the combat and thinking it's like, oh my God, this is going to be just like Street Fighter. Finally, we're going to have like this amazing combat system. And then you get the Quest for Glory 4 combat system, which
I
is
like the
fine.
Quest for Glory 4 combat system.
I'll take it over there. I'm a Quest for Glory 2 combat system guy myself.
Yes, same.
Like,
that's the best.
I would literally just like hang out at the guild and just fight a Hura just for funsies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's me in one VGA just going back and forth into the goblin
Yes.
Well, you gotta do the goblin.
100 like
day.
stamina potions in my bag and just going back and forth and like, you know, to the point where I can't move because my pocket, like my gold pouch is overflowing.
You were a big winner at last night's poker match.
Yeah.
Doesn't the Quest for Glory 1 VGA use Quest for Glory 3's combat system?
A very similar one, at least. It's very, very like this. Yeah. So the combat in 3 and VGA 1 has this square with like the 4 points. The top left is like thrust, the top right is swing, and then you have dodge and block on the bottom left and right, and then you can click the center. It gives you magic attacks.
Right.
That's true of both of them.
Yeah.
And that's why it's my favorite, because it's very easy.
It is, yeah.
You don't have to do very much, and little me loved that. Like just smashing the button like again and again and again. Like it's like, wow, this is amazing.
Most of the time, like dodges and blocks don't work anyway, so like why bother?
Yeah.
Just
that's right. In
attack.
Any game,
Yeah.
TBH. Yeah, you should never block, dodge, or parry. That's for suckers,
Especially not
and
parry.
it's never going to get you anywhere.
Yeah.
But any final thoughts on or any other things that we haven't spoken about?
I do think it's interesting to me that this game, you know, when we say it has a negative reputation, I don't know if there are like haters out there. I think people still think this is a perfectly cromulent Sierra adventure. You know, I don't think it's like people thinking of it as trash or anything like that. But I do think, as we started out saying, it is better than its reputation. There's a lot to love here. I mean, if you love Quest for Glory, I think that a lot of what makes that series so enjoyable to me and so easy to revisit, and just, again, as we've always said, what's great about Quest for Glory game is it's usually a fun place to hang out in. And Quest for Glory 3 has all of that going for it. And it has Manu, the talking monkey.
Yeah.
It does have Manu, the talking monkey. Like, yeah, and it's such a pleasant hang. I remember, Jess, when you and I were both doing our full stream through of 1 through 5, and we finished. It's also the shortest.
Yeah,
you can jet through it. And I remember, like, at the end I was like, wow, that was really short. And then I was also like, and I had a great time the whole time. It was just thoroughly, like, just pleasant.
That's all I need.
Yeah. Any final thoughts on Quest for Glory 3 Seekers of the Lost City, Alice?
I don't know. I think it's similar to Quest for Glory 2. I like that it goes somewhere. It kind of takes you to a place where games don't often go. Like the African setting is like something that you don't really see very often. Similar to like how 2 did like a Middle East isn't really the right term these days, is it? It's Southwest.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, I mean, what, Southwest Asia?
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, Middle East is it, but I mean, it definitely, you know, I think to the Cole's credit, something we talked about in the Quest for Glory 2 episode is they go to these regions, and considering these games are made in the 90s, manage what is largely a fairly culturally sensitive take on it. You know, I mean, it's pretty impressive that these hold up as well as they did, when that's like a minefield for most pop culture that depicts those regions in that era, right? You know,
And
it's there's so many areas where so many pieces of pop culture go wrong.
yeah.
I mean, you can tell that the Coles were doing in Quest for Glory 2, their sort of loving pastiche of an Arabian Nights sort of fantasy setting, and then here, you know, that sort of pastiche of African and Egyptian fantasy and myth. So I mean, yeah, you can tell all of this comes from a place of love of these sorts of stories on their part.
Yeah, and you know, we're a bunch of white people talking about it, so maybe we have no right to judge. But like,
that's absolutely true. Also, a very good point.
I mean, I think it's pretty good. Like, could be a lot worse, that's for sure.
I don't find myself cringing every 5 minutes, which is more than I can say about some adventure games. So.
Yeah.
Like, say, Big Red Adventure, Jess?
Like Big Red Adventure. Yeah, that would be a great example of one. Yeah, no, I've played some recently that I felt like I needed to sometimes like crawl under my desk and just take a little breather before I went back to it. So that's not these games. No, Quest for Glory 3 is good stuff. Everybody go play it if you haven't played Quest for Glory 3 in a long time. Go back and replay it and see if now that we've told you how to enjoy it, you like it more.
Or less.
And if you like it less, play it one more time and then get back to us.
Play it 3 times. One for each quest for glory.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Alice, for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Sorry for bullying my way onto your podcast.
No, this was a pleasure. This was awesome.
No, it absolutely was. And please, everyone go follow Papaya Chemist on Twitch. Is there anywhere else they should hunt you down?
I'm on Blue Sky, also Papaya Chemist. That's about it these days.
Where does Papaya Chemist come from? Or is that just a fun internet?
Yes. Great question.
Great question. It comes from my first playthrough of Final Fantasy Tactics. In your starting party, I don't know if this happens with every game, but in my starting party, there was a character who had the job class of chemist, and her name was Papaya. And for some reason, that stuck out to me, so I just went like, all right, I will adopt that as an online moniker. And I originally used it on Twitch because I wasn't streaming at the time, but I had made a Twitch account. This was back when I was working in QA, and I needed a Twitch account for some reason. I think because I was like assisting one of our community managers with a stream that they were doing, and so I had a Twitch account. And so I'm like, I'm just going to make this throwaway Twitch account. I'll name myself Papaya Chemist, and then it stuck. And then I started streaming myself, and so I started using that, and that's who I am now. And actually, someone pointed out that it works out well because I mostly stream PC games and point-and-click games. So
fun when that all kind of
No, that's great. It is a great name.
It's funny too because I don't like papayas very much, and I am not a chemist. So
yeah, I mean,
has nothing
I
to do
get
with my
that.
actual life.
I mean, I drink a lot of caffeine, but in my defense, I also do wield the power of the force. So it's sort of like halfway.
And
can confirm.
And I'm just plain simple Garrick.
It's true.
But thank you so much, and thank you to the listeners. If you have any thoughts, if you have anything you'd like to say about Quest for Glory 3 or anything else, shoot us an email at questpodcast@gmail.com. Please rate and review this podcast, and be sure to join us next week when we discuss Space Quest 4.
Only you can prevent Savannah fires.
So Alice, what are your thoughts on Space Quest 4? Do you like Space Quest 4?
Before we end the podcast,
you do. You're a Space Quest 4 lover.
I'm a fan of Space Quest 4. Okay. I think 3 and 4 are my two favorite.
You're a 3 and 4. And who would you say, other than Gary Owens, does the best voice work in Space Quest 4? Who's your favorite vocal performance? And Jess, this question's coming to you next. I think I know your answer because it's mine as well. Might be all three around.
Maybot.
Who's that?
Maybot.
Maybot?
Okay, Maybot's a good answer.
Yeah.
Is
That's
that
Jane Jensen.
is that Jane Jensen?
Yes. Yeah. I
May
knew it was
West.
someone from Sierra, and I couldn't remember who it was. So thank you for that.
That is also my favorite non-Gary Owens voice performance.
Yeah, that's mine too. So let's just lock it in.
All right, locked.